This is Mr. Brightside here. Today I'm going to try my hand at casting. It's something I've been meaning to do for a while. Haven't really gotten around to it. I heard this was a really good series from BlizzCon. I haven't been able to watch most of the games because of my time zone being in Australia. The times kind of sucked for me. All the games were on at like 4 in the morning. So yeah, I do have my fan on. Hopefully it isn't too loud. If it does pick up, I'm sorry. This is game 1 on Lost and Found between Special and Classic. I heard the series was really good, so I thought I'd start with this one. I'm going to try to cast a few of the series from BlizzCon and just see how I go. And obviously, I appreciate any feedback from you guys. So, here we go. Game 1. Special vs. Classic. Down here, in the bottom left, we have the Blue Terran from Mexico. It is Special. And then up here in the top right, we have the Red Protoss player, Classic. I'm pretty hyped for this. Special is one of my favorite players, and I think Classic is also really good. So, I'm interested to see how this is all going to go. Okay, this definitely isn't scouting. He's doing already starting off with the proxy. I like it. I like it. Will Classic try to find it straight away? Like, I know there's a massive mind game right now. Is he? Yeah. Okay, kind of. Massive mind game between anyone playing Terran at the moment, thanks to Maru, where people are like, hey, we're playing a Terran, will they proxy? Because it is so strong right now. Dropping that barracks. I'm hoping to see the factory there as well. I want to see some proxy double cyclone. That would be cool. He's going to realize it's a proxy when he runs up into the main there and sees no barracks. Let's go. Just one double gas. Okay, so we could see some cyclones coming out. That would be cool. And then back home for Classic, pretty standard stuff. Will he expand off this? I don't think so. Oh, no, I mean he will, yeah. He's running around making sure the barracks ain't over here somewhere. Having a look around. Oh, yeah, so these... I really, like, I was really sad that I saw Special, I think, didn't get a quarters. That really sucked. There you go, Reaper. Does he drop the factory, man? Drop the factory. He's dropped his orbital. He's getting the Reaper. Oh, he doesn't have the gas for the factory. Has he got 3 and 3? He does have 3 and 3. And the Zealot coming out for Classic, just to defer that Reaper a little bit. The Reaper can cut the Zealot around, but it means he has to target fire the probes and he can't just aim move around them, so. What's he doing? Just trying to block the expand here from Classic. And he's dropping a bunker. Oh my god. Okay, this is spicy. I'm not sure if he's going to like start pump out a Marauder or something as well, or if that's just to block the expand. So that'll be pretty interesting. We do have the factory going down at home at the back of the Nat, which is an interesting spot. Does the Reaper get a kill? No, it doesn't. Oh, he's going to get one. Oh my god, he missed it. He was so close to getting 2 of them. He just misclicked that last attack there from the Reaper. And now the Adept's out to push him away. Oops. Sorry, I knocked the button. Alright, probe coming across the map. He's flying back that barracks. He's getting a Widow Mine first. Is he predicting an Oracle? Or does he want to stop any early damage? Because he knows there's a few units out for Classic now. And he'll salvage that bunker to get the resources back from it. Nice 75 minerals. Walk down the way. Oracle first is coming out for Classic. And he's dropping that base. Now, there's going to be a bit behind Specials here, but he'll be able to start mining from his first. Oh, the Reaper finally picks up a probe, which is nice, but will get hunted down by the Adept. It is chasing, looks like it will. Will he get away? He's going to keep on running. Barracks coming back. Does he see the factory? No, he doesn't see the factory. He gets blocked up by the wall and sees the CC going down. And doesn't see the starport either. Interesting from Special here. He's kept this stuff relatively hidden, so Classic's not 100% sure what's going on. He has got that Widow Mine out somewhere. Where is it? Over here in case the Oracle goes straight to the main. And starting off with a Viking. And now a Cyclone coming out. Oracle well, the Oracle's going to find the factory for sure. We know that much. A Robo Facility going down on the other end for Classic here. Does the Oracle get any damage done? No, the Cyclone's out in the mineral line. No turrets. No energy bay down. He's just trusting his units here. And moving that Widow Mine forward on the map. Maybe trying to catch a second Oracle, which there is one out. As we're slowly getting into this game. So even on workers, but Classic with a slightly more units. Now going for a Phoenix. That's interesting. I wonder what he's getting Phoenix for. I haven't really seen much of Phoenix into Terran. Yeah, that Adept gets a good scout on, sees everything. He already knows about the Stargate, so that's not important, and saw the Robo facility. So saw everything he needed to and more. Yeah, the 2 Oracles are going to be coming in, but there's 2 Cyclones ready. And a couple Marines Cyclones. Yep, and they went. He does pick off a worker and gets pushed away. So loses a little bit of energy on the Oracles, but nothing too bad. The Viking runs in and lands. Doesn't want to deal with the Phoenix. A Classic warps into Stalker. That's going to be pushed away. Phoenix will be chasing that down. Oh, he's going to land. He's going to walk it away. And he's walking the Viking away. That is hilarious. Tank on the way. Raven on the way as well from Special. Look at the Oracle's coming in again with the Cyclones in the perfect position. And does it? It does. I thought he had the lock-on upgrade for a second there. And he's got his minerals at the NAT. So just not even worrying about missile turrets. They're overrated. They cost way too many minerals for me. I'm just going to build the units and defend with that. Can one of these please just get hit by this word of mine? It'll make my day. The Phoenix will. Oh my god, but he killed his Viking. Oh my god. Special. What are you doing? Oh my god, he had that play in the bag and just flew up a little bit too early. So yeah, I think if it hit the air unit, it wouldn't have killed the Viking if the Viking was still on the ground. I could be wrong there though. I don't know everything. The 3rd now going down 4 Classic as well as Blink, and his Forge just completed, and +1 is on the way. Sitting pretty with his Immortal, few Stalkers, small little Protoss army here. But here we go, here comes that Stim Pack Combat Shield and +1 attack for Special. Could be going for a nice timing here. Now builds a missile turret. That's an interesting spot for one. I would have thought up here would have been, or here would have been better, in between the refineries, but we'll see how we go. Maybe it's just to ward off any scouting down on this part of the map. And then the Cyclone and the Raven over on this side. So he's really trying hard to deny the scouting. Classic hasn't seen much of the base. He's going to know he's probably going to just expect it to be a Raven, but here we go. Getting spicy. 5 gates dropping now. Can be going for a big Stalker push here because he has Blink on the way. Small worker lead in favour of Classic. Workers lost is pretty even, 1 to 3. Okay, never mind. Pretty low numbers though, so it's okay. Yeah, Oracle's coming in, getting a few kills. Does he lose one? No, he doesn't. 2 more kills, making it 5 workers lost for Special. Causing that difference, but here we go. He's moving out. Does the Raven get caught? No, it doesn't. A target fire is Cyclone instead. Gets the anti-armor missile off on pretty much all of the Protoss army. There is a stasis ward though. Good force fields there from Classic. Holding off most of the bio there. But he sieges up that tank and Classic's forced to back up. Can he kite him into the stasis ward here? Revelation goes down. No, he scans and sees it. That's bad luck over at Home Special's 3rd base. Is now going down as well as concussive shells. +1's about to finish. Stim and combat shield are done. And a Liberator on the way. Oracle's dropping more stasis wards. Revelation still sticking around on the Terran army. Blink is done, +1 is done for Classic. What can he do here? There's only 1 tank at the moment. He could try to blink over, but he's too many bio units here that'll clean it up. Here's that tank just sieging up on that pylon. That's going to go down. Does it hit the Nexus? No, it's just out of range of the Nexus. Oracle comes through, tags the army again. A lot of Stalkers here for Classic. He blinks close to the rocks. He's going to get the siege tank, but he gets 2 shots off, killing one of the Stalkers. And Special's going to be pushed back here. Without the tank, the Stalker's proving a bit too much. He's blinking after, trying to pick off what he can, gets the Cyclone, and doesn't get the extra Marine. Had Glaive on the way, cancelled for charge, must have been a misclick. Oh, and he snipes the medevac. That's a big pickup there for Classic. That's what you want Blink for. Small re-engagement, picking off a few Marines with all the Stalkers staying, most of the Stalkers staying relatively healthy. And the Liberator going into defense mode to kind of stop that push early. Worker count is now even. Warp Prism coming in for Classic, while +1 armor coming in for Special. Focusing more on the Marauder, getting on more Marauders here. Beefing up this army. There was a lot of Marines in the last fight and only 2 or 3 Marauders. So having these extra Marauders is going to be really helpful against the Stalkers with their extra damage. Yeah, what is warping in? Zealot's warping in. Charge is about half done. Another robo facility going down. And that's loaded up with Zealots. What can happen here? Both players fully satching 3 bases. What's going on? The Liberator's over here. I don't think I noticed the Worker. It's sneaking around the edge to get to the mineral line. See what damage you can do there. While that's happening, is poking on the other side. Going to deny the 4th that Classic's looking to drop. Doesn't have the minerals, just loses the probes in the pylon. Liberator runs straight into the nap, but it gets seen on the way. And is he going to drop his 4th in the bottom right here? We don't mind standing between the army. Here we go. Special loading up the medevacs, going straight to the main. Classic's army a bit out of position for this. It's making its way down. He has dropped his 4th in the bottom right. Special doesn't know about it. And Special has taken his normal 4th as well. Can he get anything done? No. Oh, will the medevac go down? Yes, it will. Full of units. Great pick off there by Classic. Stalker's coming in handy once again. Liberator didn't seem to have gotten any kills. Gets 2. Oh no, yeah, Liberator got no kills and went down. Those 2 probe kills were from before. 4th base now half done for Classic, half done for Special. Going pretty even there. Motion sensor. He's going to see this attack coming. Going to have a little bit of notice. Does he go back in with the drop? Or does he run it home? Not many units here. Classic actually backs off. Why does he back off? He could have pushed in there. Okay, not now. Now with an extra tank coming out. Not looking like the smartest idea though. Wouldn't mind picks off a Stalker before going down. +2 is on the way. We have the Robo Bay finished and Disruptors are coming out. While 2-2 is on the way for the Terran Bio. A bit of long distance mining happening now that 4th base is up. A lot of Marauder Death Squad over here with a few Marines. Only 4 Marines in that whole thing there. Scan going down, sees the army moving up. Now knows where the army is, knows he can move in. Catches the Oracle, but the Revelation goes down. Good reaction time there from Classic. Okay, there's got enough pylons at this base. Still doesn't know. The Marine's running here. He now knows about the 4th. So Classic moving a portion of his army down here to defend. While all these Stalkers are up the top side of the map. So Ice Storm finally going down here for Classic. +1 vehicles getting ready, getting done for Special. Still pumping out those 2 medevacs. He's got a lot of barracks here. Going for number 6. And 7 and 8. Going up to 8 racks here for Special. That Ice Storm's nearly done. Is there any High Templar on the map? We have 4 in the Warp Prison. Storm's ready to go. They're going to have a lot of energy. And the 2 Disruptors, what can they do? With Storm and Disruptors, he could just absolutely shred this Terran Bio, and he picks off a couple of Marines with the first Disruptor shot. 1 Marine, apparently. Okay, thought it was 2. You got the tank setting up in a good position over the ridge here. And the Scan Force and Classic to back up. Special with a 12 worker lead here and an army lead. Another couple kills. Good splitting from the Disruptors here by Special. It's like his units have a mind of their own. Yeah, force fields are okay. Catches off a couple Marines, but not the best. Now Special can see, if he wants, he can slowly set these tanks up closer and closer towards Classic's base. Yeah, we've got a small attack running into the bottom right here. Threatening. Here, a big fight. Good Storms going down. Disruptor shots killing the tanks. It's a great fight here for Classic. Good Storms blinks forward. Storms on the bio. There's not enough tanks here to really threaten Classic's army. Hot dropping those Storms out. Does he get another one? No, another Storm and that insta dies. He's going to pick off the tank. Great fight there, but meanwhile he's losing his 4th base down the bottom right and lost 11 workers with it, making that worker lead for Special even greater. Here he goes. He's got a tank out now. He's boosting 2 at a time. Bad choke for the Protoss to be caught in, but he's pushing forward. Stalker's managed to blink past everything. He's got low health High Templar in the back here and low health sentries. Disruptor fires off a shot. He stims away, only gets the Marauder. Warping in more Zealots. Does he go for the 4th? Probably not. It is a planetary and doesn't seem to have enough Immortals. And then the risk of Special just running in at the back there. Meanwhile, Special's 5th is going up. +1 vehicle weapons is on the way. +2 armor and 3 attack is on the way from Classic. He goes into the 3rd of Special and forces him to evacuate. Does the SCVs go straight down? No, they don't. Doing well there. Now drop coming back to flank Classic's army. Is he going to recall or is he just going to try to push out one side? He's going to get stuck between a rock and a hard place in a second. No, he's just going to push his way out here. Does he pick up and run? No, he's trying to pick off the units he can, coming in from this side. This small force is going to get picked off, but does he get the High Templar here? No, he does, and saved by the by the Warp Prism. Great micro there by Sped. Yeah, classic. On here, the SCVs are running back. Do any of them get picked off? No, they don't. They just take some damage. Again, all these Marauders here from Special just refusing to go down. He's really only losing Marines and tanks. Let's have a look so far. 14 workers to 19. 77 Marines and only 34 Marauders going down. 36 outs and 25 Stalkers as well as a Disruptor. A lot's going down here. For Classic, but resource-wise, he's actually killed more. And it shows in the supply lead, he is slightly in front. Starting +3 armor, the second +2 was done, and +1 shields is now on the way. And getting ready to gas up his new 4th base location, but now he is a base down. So with the mains mined out, Classic is going to be on less eco, still on the 3 base mining compared to 4 base mining. Oh, 3.5 base mining. +3 inventory weapons coming in for Special now as he keeps rebuilding his army. 2 tanks at a time is pretty darn good. Not going to lie. He's only on the 1 medevac. He's slowly running out of money. But he's maxing out, so it's okay for him. 2 low energy medevacs isn't the best right now. Is that Warp Prism speed coming in for Classic, and he retakes 5th. Special, a bit paranoid now, leaving that Marine there. It's killed 1 worker, maybe that was running down to try to expand. Here we go, we have a bio run by while Classic's out of position here trying to push forward. Does he ignore it? He's ignoring it. Does he warp in? There's no warp in back at home here. There's just pylons and workers trying to fight this off. He's lost 18. He needs to get some damage on at the front here. The tank's really damaging those Immortals. There's so many, he's going to lose most of his army here. And most of the workers. He finally warps in around his Zealots. He killed the bio, but can't push past this tank line. There is so many tanks. There's still 9 left after he killed about 4. He ends up getting 14 workers. He goes, finds the 5th base, sees the Planetarian, says, no thank you, I'm done. Meanwhile, more workers going down. 28 in total, 29, 30. This 1 double medevac drop from Classic, from Special has done so much work. Classic just getting out-rotated here, out-maneuvered at every turn. He's going to catch this medevac here though, both of them. I don't see them getting out. Floating off the 2 Stalkers, does he warp in 2 more? He's got 31 workers down. It's going to be much, much easier for Special to just throw away units at the moment. He runs in, can he do anything? He's going to try to cancel the upgrade, but he's not going to get it. Oh, but the Stalkers aren't attacking you? Nah, there's not enough bio units there to keep that going. And both these medevacs are going to go down with 3 Marines left in them. Meanwhile, Classic with no bank at the moment and no eco, only 41 workers now, building 5 at a time. That's all he's focusing on. He does still have a 73 army supply, which isn't too bad. He's got 5 High Templar, he's got an Archon, he's got a few Immortals. He might be able to hold here if he can catch Special out of position, but that is just so many tanks. 13 tanks. 13 tanks is outrageous. He's trying to push forward, doing the hot drop storm again. Storming the bio and the tanks, getting good storms onto the tanks and the bio actually. He's fighting this really well, but he just doesn't seem to have enough units. He can't keep pushing into the tanks. Blinking on top, they're going to start killing each other. What's he warping in here? Only 3 Zealots, he can't afford much else. And he cancels that warp in because he kills the rest of the tanks and Special's forced to back up. But still 30 workers down, so even though it was a good fight for Classic, he's not going to be able to rebuild that army that well. He has the double robo, but he only has 100 gas this late in the game, and he's using really gas-heavy units, like the Immortals. Even the Stalkers, when he gets this number, is going to cost a lot of gas. Whereas on the other side, a large part of Special's army is still in Marines and Marauders, so that's only, for both of those units, 25 gas. Well, 25 for Marauders and none for the Marines. They're warping another High Templar, picks that up, he's only got the 1. He's not in the best spot right now, is Classic, but he's slowly catching back up in workers, only 18 down now. But here we go, here come the Ghosts from Special. He's going to be able to EMP all of this. Do we have a Ghost out on the field, 1 more in production. Does he have Cloak for the Ghosts? No, he doesn't. Is it on the way? No, it is not. And now Liberator's coming out as well, 2 at a time. Going, hey, we're going into that later game. I just need to be able to hold, defend a position and slowly push forward. He's given up tank numbers for Liberators, but he's still up to 6 tanks. And taking a 6th base up in the top left. Almost the entire game specials, because he got that kill on the bottom right base, he stayed ahead in bases. And Marine running up, forcing a warp into his out on the Stalker. Does it kill any probes? No, it doesn't. Now, not much of a worker discrepancy here. Classic is managing to work his way back into the game by constantly trying to be proactive here, keeping Special at home. Special, though, seems more than happy to be at home as he knows he's got the better economy. There are a couple of Adepts coming. Can they get any kills? 4 SCVs go down. Oh, more Adepts coming on the top side. That explains it. 4 kills came up here. Not a bad move here. 7. They're out of range of the planetary on hold position. 10 SCVs, 11 SCVs. Does he get 12? No, he doesn't. But now he's actually ahead in workers, so he can try to claw his way back in an army supply. Trying to hot drop a storm, but they stim away on the chips a couple of the tanks, and the hot pickup coming in for Special. Oh, and he loses 2 of the tanks and a medevac. Almost 2 there with 1 medevac with 2 tanks and it living on 12 HP. Here you go, 1 Liberator getting 7 probe kills. Forcing the rest away. Now the Stalker's coming in. I thought I saw another Liberator over here, but it must have been seen. Yep, already probe transfer and Stalker's being made. Finally, the +3 armor's coming in for Special here. While Classic has stalled on his upgrades, although they are pretty good with 3/3 done and +1 shields. Now Special's going, hang on, I should be ahead here. I'm going to have the better tech units. I'm going to have more units, and I still have a decent economy to follow this up. How many ghosts are we up to? 6 ghosts at the moment. You can't imagine I need more than that. 1 EMP only gets 1 High Templar. And a chunk of the army. He needs to get the rest. Maybe even a couple of snipes down in the Warp Prism to finish that off with the High Templar in it. That would be amazing. I don't think he knows about the Observer. He scans the army. Oh, nice little Totcher up there from the Warp Prism. Getting a little bit of damage done, but he's going to need more energy. All these storms to just be better. They're not quite good enough right now. So what's going on over? A couple of Marines coming in from the side. Thought that was drop. 6 probes going down to a Liberator over here. These 2 Stalkers cleaned up. Another Marine running in now. Just a Marine stimming in, killing workers on its own. It's quite an interesting move from Special. Alan, the probes finally turn around, but he's on 2 kills. Does he get to 3? No. You know, the Ghost poking and prodding. Great EMP there. Takes the energy off 2 High Templar and the shield off 2 Immortals. Only High Templar with energy are in the Warp Prism at the moment. Special just taking it nice and steady. He knows, he probably knows he has the bigger army. And he knows that his Ghosts are going to counter most of the army here. Classic switched on with the army on hold position while Special trying to pull it out. Oh, but he's morphed that Archon in the worst spot. It's just going to get picked off for nothing. Warp Prism sitting around the back. If that can get some nice hot drops onto the bio, he could still win. But more EMPs going down on the army of Classic, making him go back. Warp Prism still just sitting at the back here. Does he know? He now knows. Oh my god, he's going to lose the Warp Prism and all the High Templar. He drops them all out and just tries to storm as much as he can. And he's going for it. Losing that Warp Prism is pretty big. The Warpin is now much further away. I don't think Classic's going to have enough here. His army's just dying. Half the tanks, 3 of the 4 tanks here aren't even in the fight. Yeah, but that bio is really low. He's going to kite back into the tank line. Classic can't keep going here. The Liberator coming in to reinforce. The reinforcements, look at that production tab right now. It is all coming in for Special and barely anything for Classic. He's only warping in Zealots. He's not building any big tech units. He's still pretty much only on gateway units, and his High Templar all have no energy, and he doesn't have the Warp Prism anymore. Now trying to pump out Immortals, he does have a Fleet Beacon. When did he get the Fleet Beacon? He still has 1 Stargate. That is the weirdest Fleet Beacon there. I guess Mothership, hey. Switched on. Here we go, dropping a Dark Shrine at the 24-minute mark. I respect that. Still trying to drone up. Work count is pretty even and getting 2 Immortals at a time. Can the Zealot and Stalker run by, get the Planetary? I think it can. He's taking up a lot of surface area from the SCVs, being unable to repair. I don't think he's going to get it. No, he's going to suicide those units to get it. And a lot of that's going to get cleaned up. Is there enough energy for Storm here? There isn't. And he loses a lot of Zealots there. And 6 probes go down to a Liberator, and 2 SCVs died in that scuffle. This Marine is a man on a mission trying to get that High Templar. He's not going to get it. And that wasn't necessarily the best move from Classic, but it was something he needed to do to be able to stay in the game. He needs to keep the bases down of Special, because eventually he's going to mine out. He's mined out of his nat, he's mined out of his main, he's almost mined out of the 3rd. Basically mined out of the 3rd. And almost the 4th. He goes moving across the map now. Yeah, and Classic just cannot hold this base. The Templar Archives goes down. He's going to have to remake it. Oh, he has enough High Templar. He may choose not to. There doesn't seem to be any ghosts with this army, but there's still 4 out on the map. Another Liberator coming across the top of the map here. Does he have Lib range? He does not. Don't even think there's a fusion core. No, there isn't. Good vision there from Classic. Pulls the probes away instantly, and that one Stalker's going to push that away. Again, the Marine run by, getting a few probe kills, just poking and prodding at the work account of Classic, keeping him down. It seems like such a basic tactic, but it's paying dividends. He's gotten about 10 probe kills from that. Over the course of the game, he's killed 88 to 44. Here he goes, going to come into the 4th base here. Or the 3rd base here. Classic just has to give it up. His army's on the other side of the map. Are we going to see a base trade? It's hard to base trade a Protoss, but it's even harder to think about him trying to base trade this army. But he's going for it. Oh, but there's ghosts here dropping the EMPs. Did the Warp Prism just go down? A Warp Prism just got sniped. That's a big loss for Classic and an excellent move by Special. He's now bringing his army back. He knows, hey, if I just clean this up, I've won. He's got no mining bases. He's trying to reclaim the bottom right, but this base isn't mining, this base can't mine, and this base can't mine. But he knows, hey, if I can go back and save my production, even if I somehow lose my army. And he's like, oh, the EMP from the Ghost, it's all the High Templar left. After the 4 and the War Prism got sniped with the Prism. Oh my god, Classic needs to just kill that Ghost Academy and recall this army. Anyway, he needs to get it out. Killing all this is nice, but it's not really going to do anything for him. Special has the means to just drop more supply depots. Right now he's just taking a new base. Flying everything out of there. And oh my god, this tank line set up by Special. I just can't see. Classic has to. The scan goes down, he now knows he cancels the base instantly. And he seems to be done. He's running his workers away. Meanwhile, he's going to try to push out. Great EMPs again by the Ghosts. Barely anything in this has shields, and none of the High Templar have any energy again. He's going to recall, but he loses one Immortal. Does he lose the second? He does lose that second Immortal. Recall's close. This amount of bio, there's no storms. He can just kill it. There's the 1 TT. Can it be the hero DT? He's morphing 2 Archons back at the base. Does he notice it? He would have heard the attack. He scans, and that just goes pop. And Classic leaves the game. Special playing an excellent game 1 on Lost and Found. That was just phenomenal. That really was something special. That game was great. 118 worker kills to 53, like 375 units to 427. I mean, again, like I reckon about 50 of those worker kills were just Marines, a single Marine running into the base and attacking probes. And just a lot of the time he would refuse to warp in and would just attack with the probes and they'd lose more. Like, it was ridiculous. That game was crazy. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I will be doing a separate video for game 2. So yeah, as always, hope you have an awesome time. I'll be recording that pretty much right after this. I'll probably upload it on the same day. If not, one will be today, one will be tomorrow. And yeah, I'm keen to see how this series ends. That was a crazy game 1 from Special. He just seems to be playing out of his mind right now. And yeah, as always guys, like and subscribe. Any feedback is appreciated. Peace. Hope you enjoyed.